home ownership is something that I've had my eyes on since I was in my 20s, probably the age of my daughter, if not younger. I've always known that I wanted to own a home. My name is Felicia Knowles, and I am a homeowner in process with the Habitat Charlotte region. So I moved to Charlotte from New Jersey in 1994, and I've been here ever since. I started hearing about Habitat years ago just by the things that you all do in the community and, news reports. I was encouraged to apply when a close friend of mine submitted her application. We kind of went through the Money Matters program together. So Money Matters talks about your finances and your credit affect your ability to become a homeowner. It talks about predatory lending, and it talks about, renting versus home ownership. We learned about the different neighborhoods, and certain neighborhoods may be more affordable. You just kind of have to decide what your non-negotiables are when you're thinking about purchasing and what your budget is, and kind of work with that. When I was looking into, the traditional market, being approved for loans wasn't the problem. It was the out-of-pocket money that they were wanting. And I told myself when I finished Money Matters, I would give myself 1 year. And if I hadn't purchased a home within that 1 year time frame, then I would go through Habitat. And that's where we are today. Once I got the notification from Habitat that, I was accepted and, we would start the process, I immediately, texted my daughter. And as a mom, it would have been phenomenal to be able to have purchased a home when she was little and had her say like, oh, this is my childhood home that I grew up in. That would have been great. But I think in some ways, it means a little more because she's actually old enough to understand this process. Seeing how she has so much pride in it and where we are, it fills me with a lot of joy because at the end of the day, as a parent, everything you do really is for your child at any age. When Sydney sent the information for Hope Springs and I was looking at the map, I was like, oh my goodness, this is the same neighborhood, adjacent to, the house I looked at years ago. It was always an area that I felt comfortable with. I've always wanted to kind of just be in an area where if we wanted to just go out and take a stroll after work or on a Saturday, that we would feel safe and comfortable doing that. We walked around the neighborhood and it felt comfortable. It felt right. Honestly, I'm excited to have something that I'm going to be able to pass down to her, and prayerfully she'll be able to pass down to her children one day. And while my grandparents aren't here anymore, and they raised me, but just knowing that they can look down and see that this thing that I've talked about achieving for years has finally come to fruition. Even adults just want to make their families proud.